MMA, or mixed martial arts, is a full-contact combat sport that allows striking and grappling, both while standing and on the ground. It uses techniques from various combat sports and martial arts. We visited K Dojo Warrior Tribe in Fairfield, New Jersey to learn more about this popular sport and why people love it.
I started when I was really young, when I was 7 years old. So since then I knew combat sports was for me. And I haven't stopped. So this is what I've been doing since. Different styles, different disciplines, but I've been doing it with submission wrestling, with the wrestling, karate, kickboxing. So most of main combat sports I did it. Where I come from, it's combat sports is very popular. It's every second kid, you could say, if not every kid, does some kind of a combat sports. Wrestling, boxing, judo, combat sambo. So it's part of culture for us already. So I grew up in this culture.
We also spoke with co-owner and multi-title champion Brigitte Narcisse to learn more about how MMA has evolved and impacted her life, becoming her passion to help create her own dojo.
MMA has evolved in so many ways. I mean, as a sport itself, it's evolved in that there have been fighters that used to get by doing basically one or two of the combat arts and being successful in just being a jiu-jitsu master or just being a boxer or kickboxer. But nowadays, everybody's upped their game so much and learned and incorporating all those other arts into their MMA protocol that it's become, it's at the point where you have to be well-rounded in order to be a competitive fighter. So now you have to know jiu-jitsu, you have to know kickboxing, you have to know wrestling, you have to know all of it and be well-rounded in order to be successful and reach those professional levels. The old days used to be able to get by just being really good at one of them or two of those. That doesn't happen anymore. The other thing I've seen as far as the evolution here on a local level, we've seen younger and younger people getting involved in it. It used to be that the kids didn't really know what it was, and they knew what karate was maybe, and they knew maybe what wrestling was, but they didn't know what MMA was as far as being a sport itself. I started training in kickboxing because that's what I was in love with in the beginning. And I wanted to do more tournaments, but my coach, Master K, kind of talked me into doing some grappling sessions, and I got hooked on that even more than I did on kickboxing. So within like 10 weeks of my first day training grappling, I did a tournament, a Grappler's Quest tournament, and I took, I think, second place. And I competed again 2 weeks later, and then I competed again like 2 months later, and then another 2 months, and I've done tons of them. I've been in a book called Tough Guys. I did a movie, a small part in a movie in Russia because of the success I had in grappling and in MMA.
Brigitte was not the only person at K Dojo who is passionate about MMA. We also asked flyweight champion and instructor David Giuliano what MMA means to him.
MMA to me is almost like the actualization of all life's difficulties realized. So in MMA, I go out, I get into the cage, me and another willing opponent, we exchange in techniques that we've practiced against one another, and we're creating problems for the other person to solve. And this very much to me is like a juxtaposition in life, you know what I mean? Like something's gonna happen, you're gonna have to roll with the punches and figure it out and figure out a way to win, be it your job, your family situation, your health, or, you know, mixed martial arts as a competition. The reason I choose MMA over other sports such as boxing or wrestling is I don't want to just do one thing. So in boxing, you have maybe 6 punches, you know, that you could hit someone with to the head or the body. And wrestling, there's only so many things you're gonna do, and the path to victory is very direct, very clear. Whereas in MMA, it's more of who's the better problem solver. So if I'm a clever fighter and I'm fighting somebody who's a good striker, I can take him down and I can submit him even though I'm not necessarily on his level if I'm the better critical thinker and problem solver. Okay, training little kids is kind of a double-sided coin. because kids are challenging because they're gonna do exactly what you tell them to do. So sometimes as an instructor, when you want them to infer things, that's not gonna happen. So to teach children is pretty difficult. But on the flip side, kids really help you not take yourself so seriously. You know, in life and being a fighter, everybody's like, oh, you're so tough, you're so this. And then, you know, I'll come and I'll teach kids, and even though, oh, I'm flyweight champion, I'm #1 and whatever, I'll have a kid call me Mr. Peanut Butter Head and laugh about it, you know? So it really kind of brings you back down to earth and grounds you because they treat you like everybody else. Kids are always good intention. No kid ever comes in and tries to ruin your day, you know? So it's really refreshing because what you see is what you get. So, not to mention it feels good to have a positive impact, you know what I mean? I wish I had more people like me in my life when I was younger, you know what I mean? So I can kind of go to these kids and, you know, I've been in their places and I can kind of help them in ways that as an adult looking back, I see, oh, you know, I wish I had somebody there to point me in the right direction.
We then spoke to bantamweight champion Alexander Keshtov about where he's from and about his life starting MMA as a kid.
Ну, с ранних лет я занимался боевыми искусствами и долгое время, и потом получил развитие ММА. И мне стало интересно попробовать себя там, проверить свои силы, и стал заниматься. Ну, родом я из Кабардино-Балкарии, город Нальчик, но проживаю сейчас в Краснодарском крае, в городе Краснодар. Ну, в моей родной республике ММА сейчас получила большое развитие, и молодые ребята, также и старшее поколение сильно увлекается этим видом спорта, и поэтому очень много сильных, крепких бойцов появилось у меня в моей родной республике. Мой родной язык кабардинский, ну, во всем мире его знают как адыгский.
KDojo as home.
Passion.
An obsession.
KDojo is all that and more, and this is why MMA has gained popularity and so many people love it. It will continue to evolve as a competitive sport for years to come.